Hello world. I was messing around with Phun and I've discovered how to make this really awesome thing. I call it a Chomper because that's really what it does. I'll show you here. It has wheels so it can move, and I have an email. I'll have to check that in a minute. I forgot to make this hinge right here a motor, so it kind of just lags like that. But here it is in action. Wait, let me turn off brake. It works okay, I guess. I mean, it's not the most powerful. This year I just made a quick little car and sort of devastated it. Like, just put some in there and just put a few things in here and watch it chomp away, and I'll put a little freehand thing in here and let's see how it works. Pretty cool actually. So I'm going to show you how to make one. And to start, you're going to first draw a square about this big. Make it fairly big. Alright, let that fall down. And when it's done, stop the simulation. You're going to clone it about there. You're going to let that fall. What you're going to do is you're going to zoom in, make sure that also, and you're going to just double check that the edge is also perfectly aligned. If it isn't, line it up. Looks pretty good. If it's like a pixel off, just I don't think that you can fix that. Okay, I recommend that it needs to be like perfectly aligned so that way it works good. And then after that, you're just gonna zoom out and draw a square about that size and put it here. It's basically gonna be the jaw. Okay, and what you're gonna do here is you're gonna weld this to the top. And then you're going to put a hinge right there. And you want to get this hinge as good and centered as you can. Alright. And then what you're going to do is this. You're going to draw a circle. About that big. Make it fairly big, but not too big, okay? Because it needs to be able to, like, sit upright and everything. Alright. And when you're done with that, you're going to draw a square about from there to here. Just drag this over the circle center. Move the center to the circle to the front, and go ahead and add your center hinge to the circle and rotate this. Alright, this is actually a very important rotation, because if it's not rotated, it for some reason doesn't work. Okay, I guess then what you're going to do is you're going to weld this to there. Alright, and maybe even move this to the back so that way it looks better as well as the weld. This looks ugly. Okay, when you're done with that, you're going to zoom out a little bit. You're gonna draw a square from here all the way to about there. Okay? What you're not gonna do is just drag this down to there. Add your center hinge or your hinge. Again, make sure it's kind of centered. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I just make sure it's at least sort of looks centered. You're going to drag this down to about here. Alright, maybe even move this to the back, and you're going to put your hinge here. Okay? That rotation is also imperative. Alright, I guess you can leave that hinge there. You can't really see it. And you're almost done. Just go ahead and select the whole thing. Go down to the collision menu and check no selection. And then what you're going to do is just make this hinge right here a motor. I'm going to start with 15 RPM. Give it infinite strength. Up is going to be forward, down is going to be backward. And the brake key is going to be right shift. Actually, not right shift. For the sake of hypercam, it's going to be enter, because shift causes the recording area to do really weird things. So, and for the final touch, to keep this whole thing from collapsing because it's set to no self-collision, it's going to draw a square here, put it about there, and then clone it. Oops. Just make sure that you only clone this. If you start cloning the actual upper jaw, then stop and undo. And then you're just going to weld both of those to the jaws. And there you go. Hit start the simulation, and start the Chomper, and just give it a good test run. Now the larger the circle is, the wider it'll open, and the phone is ringing. So I'm gonna hit break and let me see if I can pause it real quick. Oh shoot, how do I pause this? I guess CTRL plus P, hold on. No, it's P? I don't know, hold on. Okay, sorry about that little confusion, where were we? Oh yeah, just testing it. So yeah, that's how you make your Chomper, and you're probably going to notice that it doesn't really do a lot of destruction. So I guess one thing to try, is to make the jaws a little heavier. Maybe, I don't know, don't make them full weight, but just sort of keep gradually increasing it, kind of fine tune it. Let's try this, because if it gets too heavy it might flip out. See how, do you see how it jumped? That's one thing you're trying to avoid. So let's undo simulation, start. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these back to normal weight, and when you're happy with it, what you can do is just make this a little faster. I recommend going no faster than probably 50. Of course, right now I'm at 57, but see, it tends to like jump like that. I mean, this is like very vicious. All right. Now, if it's going in reverse, you're gonna notice how it opens a little slowly. Actually, it closes a little slowly. I don't know if this like means more power when it closes, but yeah. That's probably too fast. I recommend actually no more than 30, or not at 31, which is just okay. See, just does that now. Whoops, wrong button. So, if you wanted to have wheels, to end the tutorial, all you have to do is just select the whole thing and drag it up out of the way and put a hinge. Give it some circles. And you're gonna go ahead and clone it right there. Let those fall so that way they're perfectly even. Whoops. I don't want to clone it. I want to erase the hinge and select the whole Chomper thingy. Bring it down to about there. See? And then what you have to do is just select both of these and add a center hinge to each. And you're gonna give each center hinge a motor. Actually, in this case, it should be reversed. Well, no, just make it normal, I guess. And give it, pretty good speed, about 166. Fair amount of power. Don't make it too powerful. Auto brake. Give it some. Whoops. Right, left. And for brake, I won't do a brake for this one. And there you go. Whoops. Maybe that won't happen to you. Anyhow, that's how you make a Chomper. I don't know exactly what you could use it for, but thanks for watching, and goodbye.